Welcome back to America's Retirement Headquarters, the home of the Retirement Guys Formula and America's Medicare Associates with Nolan Baker and Chaz Price. 419-794-3030 is the phone number. The website is arhq.com. If you missed the first half of the show, missed previous editions of the show, you just want to catch up, find out more, listen to more episodes, all available for you on demand. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Just search for America's Retirement Headquarters. They're all there for you. You know, guys, not so long ago, annuities, they were shunned in many retirement portfolios. They required a lot of money up front for, honestly, a minimal stream of guaranteed income thanks to low interest rates. But with rates being how they are now and holding steady for the time being, sales of annuities have actually jumped to record levels. So I have to wonder, when new clients and prospective clients come in, do they bring up annuities, or do you find yourselves having to bring it to the table and explain the benefits to them?
I'd say both. I mean, I have people that come in, they have questions. They've been to different events and learned about some annuities and want to know how they work. A lot of times people have already purchased an annuity, but they don't quite understand it. So annuities can be a very confusing topic. So I know we have obviously a limited time to touch on this topic here on the radio today. One of the things that you can do is we are going to be hosting an event. It's the truth about annuities. So if you want to learn the good, bad, and the ugly about annuities, go to our website, arhq.com, click on the event tab, and then you can register for either the May 14th event at Mancy's Italian Grill, or we're doing it again on May 21st, also at Mancy's Italian Grill, both of them at 6 p.m. So have dinner and learn the ins and outs of how fixed and variable and index annuities work. But there's really a couple of different buckets, if you will, I would say, when it comes to annuities. Again, you have a fixed annuity, you have indexed annuities, and then you have variable annuities. And, you know, both of them offer distinctive benefits, and they each have, I would say, different pros and cons, at least in my experience, Chaz.
Yeah, absolutely. Annuities, I have to, kind of address the elephant in the room, and I think that sometimes people just don't understand annuities to the extent that they don't even want to talk about them, or that they automatically feel as though I've heard things about annuities. I'm really, negative on them. And I would say annuities is kind of like saying cars. Generally, when I talk to clients about it, and I was joking before we started the segment, is, wow, how much time do we have? Are annuities good? It's really such a diverse topic. It's hard to kind of pinpoint, what benefits or features you're gonna appreciate most from an annuity. But like I said, I really like the topic of your presentation coming up, the truth about annuities, because that's what I think really the conversation needs to be had is, what is an annuity and what can it really do for me? Because the fact of the matter is that the longevity, if that's a concern for you, if longevity risk, running out of money in retirement is a concern, then annuities should be considered. And I think there's some recent legislation that has been tossed around that actually is a big proponent of allowing annuities in 401k plans. I think I wrote about that in our newsletter this past month. So they're definitely getting some attraction. They are becoming more popular, I think, because of the fact that with these interest rates being a little bit higher now, in terms of even funding them for pension plans and things like that, where longevity is a concern, annuities are back in play because they are based on prevailing rates, and what really was not much of any interest you could earn on an annuity previously, now it's a very viable solution for a lot of people.
I completely agree. I mean, interest rates have really changed the game in the last year with how high interest rates are. It's definitely worth a look. Even if you have an annuity that's a couple of years old, I had a lady who had come into the office here recently. She bought an annuity just a couple of years ago. Her primary purpose, not married, no kids, was to have a safe, comfortable income in retirement time. Makes perfect sense, right? Number one, concern of a retiree is outliving their income. And that's one of the things that these vehicles can do, is provide you an income stream, for the benefit of your lifetime. And in her situation, even though she only got it just a couple of years ago, because interest rates went up so fast, we were able to take and move only 60% of that money to a new contract, get the same level of income that she was able to get before, and that freed up 40% of her account value that she was able to do some other things with.
That's powerful.
So that is just one benefit of an annuity. When we look at it again, the three categories: fixed, indexed, and variable. The benefit of a fixed annuity right now, I would say, is with interest rates at record level high. If you go to the bank, you can get an FDIC insured CD. We also work with FDIC insured CDs here at our firm. CDs tend to be great for money that's 2 years or less, where CD rates tend to go down a little bit because of the yield curve is after the 2-year time frame. This is where the insurance companies of America, I think, provide a benefit for many investors. If they want to lock in some of the higher interest rates, anywhere from 2 to 10 years, most of the insurance companies of America offer a better interest rate today, right now, than what you could get in other traditional fixed accounts. So I've had, people that have come in the office that said, Nolan, because rates are at 5 or 5.5%, I would just like to lock that money in for as long as I possibly can to set it and forget it, knowing that I'm going to get 5 or 5.5%. That's a benefit of a fixed annuity. The index annuity is the one that allows you to participate when an underlying index, like the S&P 500 index, goes up, but it protects you against loss when the index goes down. So there's a lot of people, when they move into retirement time, they still want to be able to participate in a percentage of the gains when the market goes up, but they're not comfortable having all of their money at risk. And in this case, that's where an index annuity allows you to kind of have that features. A variable annuity, so again, the word variable kind of spells it out. It goes up and down with the stock market. So it's been my experience that the ones that are getting the bad rap are the variable annuity contracts. And again, oftentimes because they're very misunderstood, and they oftentimes tend to be some of the most expensive ones that are out there when you're looking at the annuity contracts. And cost is an absolutely important factor to take a look at, but it's not the only factor to take a look at it. So I had a gentleman that came into our office, met with him quite a few years ago, and this particular gentleman was in a wheelchair. And in this situation, the insurance company, what they had is a feature on the annuity account that said, after having this account for 3 years, if you're unable to perform 2 of your activities of daily living, they will double the income payment that he receives. And in that contract, it was payments for the rest of his lifetime. In his situation, he already couldn't perform 2 activities of daily living. So the insurance company, in a couple of years was going to be on the hook to provide that for him. And so that was a unique feature on that contract that gave him more benefits. Another example is I have a client that wanted to put money and, again, wanted to have the ability to invest in really growth-oriented investments, but couldn't sleep at night knowing that if his portfolio went down and he passed away, his wife was going to get less, where the variable account can provide some spousal benefits, either from an income or a death benefit perspective, give you more growth potential. So again, there are benefits, but it is a confusing topic. So one of the ways to get unconfused is, again, just go over to our website, arhq.com, and come out to our event, The Truth About Annuities. It's on May 14th and May 21st, Mancy's Italian Grill. Reservations are required because seating is kind of limited there. So just make a reservation. We'd love to have you come out and spend more talking about this topic with you.
You can find out more information, including how to go ahead and reserve those seats, by going to arhq.com. Click on the events tab. They'd love to have you out there May 14th or May 21st if you can't make it, or if you want to just get to the head of the line, you can also reach out to that same website, arhq.com, or you can give a call, 419-794-3030.